Today I'll show you how to make classic takeout-style Thai fried rice. I'll explain why the best Thai restaurants don't only use jasmine rice. And I'll show you the secret Thai seasoning sauce that will make your homemade version taste even better than your favorite restaurant. The first thing we'll need to address is the rice. Most Thai fried rice recipes online call for jasmine rice. And jasmine will make a fine fried rice, but the problem with this particular strain, also known as ham mali in Thai, is that it's so delicate the grains end up much softer after being cooked that they don't hold up that well to the high heat of wok cooking. Jasmine also has relatively high levels of a starch component called amylopectin, which is what makes rice sticky and causes it to clump together. My buddy who used to own an amazing Thai restaurant in my hometown told me the best fried rice he's able to get in Thailand typically uses a heartier long-grain white rice called sao hai. But this particular variety doesn't seem to be available anywhere in the States. So at his restaurants, they use 2 parts standard American long-grain white rice, the cheap kind you can find at any grocery store, cut with 1 part jasmine to make their fried rice. This way we get all the benefits of the stronger grains of white rice that stay separate and hold up to the high heat of wok cooking, and some of the delicate fragrance of jasmine. And the most popular brand of jasmine rice I've seen at Thai restaurants is Green Elephant, just FYI. To prepare the rice, we'll start by mixing 2 parts long-grain white rice with 1 part jasmine rice and washing them under several changes of water until it runs clear. When you're making fried rice, you always want to wash the rice several times because this removes some of the surface starch that will cause the rice to stick together. Now, I want to address the biggest problem I see when people are attempting to make fried rice in the West. The most common method for rice preparation here in the States is the absorption method, meaning you put the rice in a pot with an amount of water, cover it, and simmer it until the water is absorbed. The main problem with this method, and why I always try to dissuade people from using it to make fried rice, is that the heating element is at the bottom and the rice tends to cook unevenly. The rice at the bottom is always overdone and mushy, and the rice at the top is sometimes overcooked. If you're using this method to make fried rice, this is the main reason why your rice is always mushy. And I think it goes without saying that the best way to prepare rice for fried rice is with a rice cooker. It's hassle-free and will cook your rice perfectly every time. If your rice cooker has an option to make harder rice like this one, this is what I recommend, because a slightly dehydrated grain makes a superior fried rice. But if you don't have a rice cooker, I suggest steaming your rice. And I know a lot of you won't have a traditional rice steamer like this one, but you can easily jerry-rig a simple steaming setup by placing something at the bottom of a large pot that will raise a bowl off of the bottom of the cooking vessel. Steaming is much better than the absorption method because it heats the rice evenly from all directions, not just from the bottom, resulting in rice grains that are perfectly cooked and much better suited for fried rice. So all you'll do is place something at the bottom of a large pot that will lift up a bowl and then fill your pot with about 1 to 2 inches of water. Then, in a bowl, put equal parts by volume rice and water. Bring the water up to a simmer and place the bowl directly in the middle of the pot. Then put on your lid and steam the rice for about 20 minutes. After the time is up, kill the heat and let the rice steam for an additional 10 minutes. After the rice is done steaming, you'll want to spread it out on a large baking sheet and completely cool it down to room temperature before using it for fried rice. If you attempt to make fried rice with freshly cooked rice, it will be very mushy. All of the steam coming off of the rice is moisture, and moisture is the mortal enemy of a good fried rice. If you want to stick it in the fridge overnight to dehydrate even more, that's fine, but it generally isn't necessary with steamed rice. You can use freshly steamed rice for fried rice, you'll just want to let it cool down to room temperature first. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the few specialty ingredients to make a proper Thai-style fried rice at home. But before we get to that, I want to thank Trade Coffee, the sponsor of this video. If you're anything like me, you probably waited until the last minute to do all of your holiday shopping. And that's where Trade comes in. Trade Coffee is America's #1 rated specialty coffee marketplace. They partner with over 55 artisan coffee roasters to bring you more than 450 varieties of handcrafted, small batch coffee from all across the country. And they deliver it right to your doorstep within 48 hours of being roasted. And Trade makes gift giving so much easier because they've got this cool system that helps you zero in on exactly what you're looking for. Would you like a silky smooth medium roast house coffee that tastes like milk chocolate, caramel, and citrus? Then try 71 House from Irving Farms in New York. Or what about a rich espresso roast with hints of dark chocolate and roasted almonds like this one from Alma Coffee in Georgia? Even if you're not sure what you're looking for, Trade's experts have over 140 years in the coffee business, and they'll help guide you to your perfect cup. So if you're looking for the perfect last-minute gift, head over to drinktrade.com/farmer and check them out. Once again, that's drinktrade.com/farmer. Thank you to Trade Coffee for sponsoring this video. Now, one of the main reasons why your Thai fried rice at home never tastes as good as your favorite restaurant is because you're likely using the wrong kind of soy sauce. Popular brands like Kikkoman from Japan and Pearl River Bridge from China are great, but they have a totally different flavor profile from Thai soy sauce, which tends to be much milder and not as salty as Chinese or Japanese soy sauces. The most popular brand of Thai soy sauce I've seen used at most Thai restaurants is Healthy Boy. The next specialty ingredient we'll need is fish sauce. Fish sauce is the most important ingredient in Thai cuisine. It's made from salting anchovies and leaving them to ferment for several months. The resulting liquid is very salty, but it's also extremely high in glutamates, the naturally occurring flavor molecules that make food taste savory. The first time you smell fish sauce, you'll probably think, wow, I can't believe they haven't made an air freshener out of this yet. But despite its pungent smell, which mostly dissipates with cooking, it's the main way to introduce salt into a dish in Thai cuisine. When I'm making Thai food at home, I always try to use a fish sauce made in Thailand. The two most popular brands I've seen at Thai restaurants are Squid Brand and Tiparos. These are both very inexpensive, and you should be able to find them at most Asian grocery stores. And the last thing we'll need is seasoning sauce. If you've ever wondered why your Thai food at home never tastes as good as your favorite restaurant, the likely culprit is seasoning sauce. It's basically a regular soy sauce with some extra seasoning, but it's much sweeter and a lot more salty than regular soy sauce. The most popular brand I've seen used at almost every Thai restaurant I've ever visited is Golden Mountain. You can grab this on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the video description, but it most likely will not be available at your local grocery store. But if you see Maggi seasoning liquid, it is largely interchangeable with Thai seasoning sauce. It's not exactly the same, but after it's cooked, it tastes almost identical to Golden Mountain. Now, to prepare the chicken for stir fry, we'll start by taking a large, boneless, skinless chicken breast and removing the tenderloin. You can slice this up with the rest of the chicken here, or you can save it for another dish. Then take your chicken breast and make roughly 1-inch slices down the length of the chicken like this. Now take each of these slices and turn them perpendicular to you. Then, with your knife, tilt it at about a 30 to 40 degree angle and cut them into about 1/8 inch slivers like this. And this will give you the exact cut you'll find in most fried rice dishes. They'll look like this if you've done it correctly. To marinate the chicken, we'll start by adding half a teaspoon of baking soda to it and massaging it into the chicken. Baking soda is a trick a lot of Asian restaurants use to make their protein super tender, even with the high heat of wok cooking. And you want to let the chicken sit for about 15 minutes with the baking soda to get the full effect. Then add half a teaspoon of Thai soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of fish sauce, half a teaspoon of sugar, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon of MSG, half a teaspoon of cornstarch, and 1 teaspoon of neutral oil to the chicken and massage it into the meat so that all the chicken is covered in the spices and seasonings. Now, we'll only be using about 2 to 4 ounces of the chicken to make 1 serving of fried rice, so this makes much more than we'll actually need. I'd use the leftovers to make more servings of fried rice or another stir-fried dish. And you can keep the marinated chicken in the fridge for about 3 to 5 days. To make the sauce mixture for the rice, add 1 tablespoon of fish sauce to a small bowl. Then toss in 1 teaspoon of Thai soy sauce and 1 teaspoon of Thai seasoning sauce. Then set the bowl aside. For the spices and seasonings, start by adding half a teaspoon of sugar to a small bowl. Then toss in 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon of MSG, and 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper. Then set the spices and seasonings aside. When you're ready to cook the rice, it's essential to have everything ready to go beforehand. We'll go over everything you need while we're cooking, but because this is a stir-fry dish, everything comes together within a matter of just a couple of minutes, so you can't really prep as you're cooking. To get started, we'll begin by heating a wok over medium heat until you see light wisps of smoke. Then add about 1 to 2 tablespoons of a neutral oil to the wok and swirl it around until it's lightly coated in the oil. Toss in about 2 to 4 ounces of the marinated chicken breast and press it down so it's in an even layer. And this is a big mistake I see a lot of people make when they're stir-frying at home. They'll add way too much of whatever ingredient to their wok. You always want to work in really small batches when stir-frying. If you add too much of a protein to start off with, it lowers the heat of the cooking surface and they'll end up giving up a lot of liquid and they essentially start boiling in their own juices instead of getting a proper stir fry. Then cook the chicken until it's done and remove it to a small bowl and set it aside. Return the wok to medium heat, and once it's hot, add another 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil and swirl it around until the wok is coated. Crack in 2 eggs and cook them until the white is almost entirely set at the bottom. If your oil and wok is hot enough, you shouldn't have a problem with the eggs sticking to the cooking surface. Then stir the eggs and chop them up with your ladle until the yolks are set as well. Once the eggs are done, add them to the bowl with the chicken. Return the wok to medium heat, and once it's hot, add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of a neutral oil and swirl it around until the wok is completely coated in the oil. Once the oil is hot, toss in a 1/4 cup of roughly chopped shallot and stir fry it for about a minute or 2 until you've cooked the rawness out of it and it's just starting to turn brown on the edges. Then toss in 2 teaspoons of roughly chopped garlic. What we're doing here is flavoring the oil with aromatics so they perfume the rice with their flavor. You're essentially making a quick aromatic flavored oil. You only want to cook the garlic for a few seconds because it can burn rather quickly and garlic has a bitter flavor if it starts to blacken. Once you're good with the shallot and garlic, toss in 2 cups of the cooked rice blend from earlier. Press it down with the back of your ladle like this and break up any large chunks of rice you see. And this is another mistake I see a lot of people make. You actually need to fry the rice in the oil for a few minutes. What this will do is cook off any remaining moisture so you actually get separate grains. People tend to just toss everything in with the rice and stir it up. But you get a much better final result if you fry the rice in the oil for a bit. When the rice looks good to you, push it to one side of the wok and pour the soy sauce mixture onto the wok and not directly onto the rice. What this does is slightly caramelize the soy sauce and reduce it a bit, which gives it a slightly smoky and more concentrated flavor. Then immediately stir the rice into the soy sauce and work it in until you see the rice is completely coated in the sauce and no large chunks of white rice remain. Then sprinkle in the seasoning mixture and stir it into the rice so it's evenly distributed. Then toss in the chicken and egg from earlier along with 2 tablespoons of thinly sliced green onion and work them into the rice. When everything looks good to you and all the ingredients are evenly mixed in, turn off the heat. When you're plating the rice, serve it with a couple slices of cucumber on the side, a few wedges of lime for some nice acidity, and some Thai crushed red chili flakes for heat, if you so desire. And you should be able to find these chilies at most Asian grocery stores. They'll come in little bottles like these. And this is a basic Thai takeout-style fried rice. Now, let's give it a taste test and see how we did.
I feel like Thai fried rice doesn't get as much love as its Chinese takeout cousin. It's much more subtle flavor-wise. But if made correctly, this is a great dish that deserves a spot in your rotation.
And if you'd like to learn how to make a true Thailand-style pad thai, make sure to check out this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.